A 5-minute tease of my beautiful detour, an unthinkable journey from gutless to grateful.
Graduating high school in the hospital. On the outside, I was an ICU patient trapped in the hospital. But on the inside, I was a stir-crazy teenager. A teenager who was supposed to be enjoying her last summer before college. My friends had all graduated, and I wondered what their commencement ceremony was like. They were all getting ready to go off to their first year of college. And I, who had applied to 17 schools and gotten into my top choices, was eons away from being ready for college, much less any semblance of independent living. Life was moving on, and I felt forgotten by my school, my friends, and my life. I was still unable to mark times with meals or any kind of nourishment. To say I was surprised when my headmaster surprised me at the hospital with my own private graduation ceremony right in the middle of the ICU, cap, gown, diploma, everything, was a massive understatement. When I was in a coma, my mom was looking through my scrapbook and found a fan note I had once written to Broadway composer William Finn, who actually called me back. I was so thrilled to get a phone call from my musical theater hero that I took a picture of my caller ID and glued it to my scrapbook. Flipping through more pages, my mother found the picture, called his number, and told him what had happened to me. Besides writing wonderful music, William Finn had also dealt with medical battles of his own, almost losing his own life in a coma when doctors unexpectedly discovered a tumor in his brain. After his complete recovery, aided by the healing power of heart and music, also the title of one of his songs, he was inspired to write his off-Broadway musical, A New Brain. Suddenly, the curtains were pulled open, and I was receiving my high school diploma in the middle of the ICU. In attendance were my parents, my 6 best friends, and William Finn, my personal commencement speaker, the same mentor who I had adored as a 15-year-old musical theater geek. I was shocked and started crying hysterically. The last person to emerge from the curtain, much like the Wizard of Oz, was my headmaster. Now I had a whole entourage following me as I walked down the aisles of the ICU and downstairs to the main lobby to have my ceremony. With William Finn there, I couldn't have cared less about my high school graduation. This was my musical theater kid dream. Tony Award-winning Mr. Finn was chatting with my brothers and my nurses. I was so excited and really wanted to impress him, so I tried to start tap dancing. Having just learned to walk again, this was probably not the smartest move. In the middle of my routine, I clumsily stepped on one of my wound drains that was suctioning bile from my intestines and ripped it out, causing a minor interruption to my graduation festivities. The ceremony was put on hold, while my nurse frantically paged Dr. Stoller, who proceeded to come in and perform some emergency stitching, asking me, "Don't you ever sit still?" My mom had also invited all her college, neighborhood, and gym friends to attend. As we walked outside to Olivia's garden for the official ceremony, my entourage had grown to nearly 30 people. Jeff had mysteriously and very uncharacteristically disappeared for most of the day. Now, he proudly appeared holding a large rolled-up scroll of butcher paper behind his back. It turned out he had spent the day in the Child Life Center making arts and crafts with all the hospital kids. Now, he revealed the masterpiece he worked on there with one of my nurses, a huge banner in my honor that read, in lopsided, colorful, painted capital letters, "Happy graduation, Amy!"